Hey everyone, in this video I want to share with you all how I prepare my zirconia crowns. I get a lot of requests from dentists asking about what burs I use, how I do my tissue management, how I retract, how do I get smooth preparations, and that's exactly what I want to share in this video. So here's how the patient presented with a fractured composite restoration on a lower molar, and as you can see the cusps are compromised. There is a large abrasion on the buccal where the patient had quite a bit of sensitivity, and I decided I wanted to do a full coverage restoration on this particular molar. I started by removing all the old composite that was already existing on the tooth. As you can see, there is quite some decay underneath the composite. I was very careful in cleaning out all the old composite and moved on to cleaning out further decay underneath the composite. It was very close to the nerve, but as you can see, once I cleaned out all that composite, it looked pretty clean. You do all your normal testing with an explorer, with caries indicator, and whatever you need to ensure that there is no decay remaining. And then one needs to do a proper buildup here for some good retentive form, because we're trying to do a zirconia crown here. So here's my buildup that I did on this tooth. You can use any buildup material of your choice. Once the buildup is done, you want to have some occlusal reduction. You can use either a depth cutting burr or a barrel burr for that. You want about 1.5 millimeters of occlusal reduction, so you end up with at least 1 millimeter of occlusal clearance. Once my occlusal reduction is done, I will focus on the buccal and lingual reduction. I'd like to use the 850, either a size 16 or a size 18 burr. It's a pretty large burr, and the reason why I use this, it gives me gross reduction. Buccal and lingual surfaces have a height of contour that you need to reduce quickly. Once the buccal and lingual surfaces are done, I like to break the interproximal contacts, and my burr of choice for this particular step is the 850G012. It is significantly thinner than the 16 and the 18 size burr, and the main purpose is to prevent any nicking or touching of the adjacent tooth. I want to get through quickly, I want to break through contacts, and I want to avoid nicking adjacent teeth. That is my sole purpose for this particular step. Now that I have my interproximal reduction done, I want to go ahead and manage the proximal surfaces of the adjacent teeth. If there is any nicking, if there is any old restoration, any undercuts, any faulty restorations, I want to make those contacts smooth with the 898F012. This allows me to build a great contact when I start making or designing my CEREC restoration. I like to do this particular step in two ways. One is I go buccal lingually, and once I'm done with the buccal lingual direction, I go cervical occlusally from both sides, the buccal and the lingual, and in this manner all my inaccuracies are corrected. The final step of my preparation is the finishing and the smoothing part. I like to use the 850F016 burr to smooth my margins, the line angles, to make sure that there is no sharp transitions. Everything needs to be nice and smooth. I also give it an anatomical reduction, smooth out the occlusal table, and just allow my CEREC machine to be successful with the smooth preparation. All the burrs that I discussed until now are in this particular burr block that I created in a partnership with Meisinger. There are obviously more burrs than what I discussed in here, but this burr block can be used for preparing any sort of a posterior or anterior restoration for that matter. You can do inlays, onlays, crown lays, zirconia preps with this particular burr block. The number for this is the DPP24, and you can get this on Meisinger's website. Now, once you have a smooth preparation, you have clean margins, you have margins that are visible properly, it becomes very easy to scan them with your Cerac software, or for that matter, any scanner that you have. Look how easy it is to identify the margins with in this case, obviously I'm using Cerac, but again, any scanner should do the job over here, and it's very easy to identify the margins and get clean margins. Here I'm just going through the software trying to get my restoration designed for a zirconia block. Here is a very quick design, and the goal is to have even contacts. Here I have a little bit of that furcation shape involved, so I'm trying to shape the restoration based on the shape of my furcation here using the form minus tool and giving it a nice groove to mimic the furcation. Once this is done, it's easy to mill this with any zirconia block. The two of my favorite zirconia blocks that I like to use is the Katana and the Zircad Prime from Ivoclar. Both those blocks have good aesthetics, great strength, and you can do them in an efficient manner with the kind of oven that you use. I do have a Speedfire as well as a CS6 from Ivoclar, and depending on the block that I use, I will use that particular oven to finish my restoration. And I get great margins in this manner, and it can be done in a very efficient and predictable manner. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I do teach some workshops on preparation. I have some coming up in the near future. You can check out all the dates and venues on my website, keepcadcamming.com. You will get all the details in the description box below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and like I always say, keep CAD camming.